Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I have one more healthy soup recipe that I want to share with y'all that I ate religiously postpartum. If you haven't seen the last video that I posted, I shared my favorite weight loss soup recipe that I ate postpartum, so definitely check that one out because it's super delicious as well. But I made this soup recipe mainly for its anti-inflammatory benefits and its healing properties because, you know, after a 26-hour labor that ended up in an unplanned C-section, my body really needed all of the most nourishing and anti-inflammatory foods it could get. It's my carrot ginger soup, and like I said, it's anti-inflammatory, gut healing, dairy-free, gluten-free, and of course, super delicious. As always, you can print off the full recipe and the macros over on the dedicated blog post. I'm gonna have that linked for y'all in the description box below, and don't forget to leave a rating on the recipe card on the blog post, and that way I can see your feedback. But anyway, I can't wait for you to make this soup recipe, so let's head to the kitchen and get started. In a large soup pot over medium heat, add in 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. And while that's heating up, let's chop up a yellow onion. You're gonna need 1 heaping cup's worth. Add that to the pot and let it saute for about 5 to 10 minutes or until they're slightly soft and translucent. And while that's cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and grate the ginger. You'll need 2 tablespoons worth. But as you may already know, ginger is a wonderful anti-inflammatory food. The active compound in ginger is called gingerol, which has been shown to have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects in the body. And ginger is also great for digestion and really just your overall gut health. So needless to say, ginger is a true superfood, which is why I like to try to incorporate it into my diet on a regular basis. You'll also need to chop up 2 pounds of carrots. Now make sure you rinse them really well, and you can also peel them if you'd like. But carrots are a great source of beta-carotene, vitamin K1, potassium, fiber, and antioxidants. Plus they're low in calories, so they're not only a good food for reducing inflammation in the body, but they're also great for weight loss. Alright, going back to the stovetop, once the onions are done, let's add in 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, along with the grated ginger. And let's saute that for another minute or 2. Then add in the carrots. Toss them around to make sure they're fully coated with the oil and let them saute for about 5 minutes. Next, let's add the broth. Today I'm going to use vegetable broth, but you can also use chicken broth or even bone broth for the added gut health benefits. You'll need 4 to 5 cups of the broth, depending on how thick or thin you want the consistency to be. Add half to 1 teaspoon of sea salt and black pepper to taste. Bring the soup to a boil, then reduce the heat to low-medium, add a lid, and let it simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes or until the carrots are super soft. Now this is completely optional, but while that's cooking, I'm gonna roast some chickpeas to add as a topping to my soup. Not only does it add a little crunch to the soup, but it's also a great way to sneak in some extra protein. So I have 1 14-ounce can of chickpeas here that I've already rinsed and dried. And to season them, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of avocado oil, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. Give that a good toss to make sure all the chickpeas are fully coated with the seasonings. And then spread them out evenly onto a lined baking sheet. And we're just gonna bake them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 to 40 minutes, tossing them halfway through baking just to make sure that they cook evenly. Going back to the soup, once it's done, I'm gonna use my handheld immersion blender to blend it right here in the pot. But of course, you can also transfer it to a high-speed blender and blend it that way as well. But I just love using my immersion blender because it just makes for super easy cleanup. You can do everything in one pot. Now at this point, if you want the soup to have a thinner consistency, feel free to add in more broth or even water. You can also taste it to see if it needs more sea salt or pepper. But just like that, it is done. And when you're ready to serve it, you can add whatever healthy toppings you'd like. I'm gonna drizzle some coconut milk over top, add some fresh parsley, and of course, the roasted chickpeas. But this anti-inflammatory soup recipe is not only delicious, it's also very soothing and nourishing, and many times I'll batch prep and freeze it to have on hand for days when I feel sick, run down, or maybe I've been eating really heavy and I want to lighten things up. This is the perfect soup recipe. And I love these silicone molds because you can pre-portion it out, and that way you can defrost 1 serving at a time. but I just pop it right out, add it to a saucepan, and reheat it on low-medium heat. This carrot ginger soup is going to last in the fridge for up to 4 to 5 days and in the freezer for up to 1 month. Well, all right, y'all, that is it for today's video. My anti-inflammatory carrot ginger soup. It is super delicious, soothing, comforting, very healthy, so I hope you give it a try. If you do, come back and comment on this video. Let me know how you liked it, and also leave a rating for this recipe over on the recipe card. Of course, if you give any of my healthy recipes or my meal preps a try, don't forget you can tag me over on Instagram, and I will reshare that on my stories. But that's it for today, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. It's my carrot ginger soup. It's my carrot ginger soup, and like I said, it's anti-inflammatory. It's my carrot ginger soup, and if you can hear my daughter screaming in the background, I promise you that is her happy scream. She's not upset. She's in the office with my husband playing on her little activity center. So just wanted to let y'all know that's what's going on in the background.